Ally Lewber spoke out about her ex-boyfriend James Kennedy's arrest for the first time, revealing it was a wake-up call. Kennedy, 33, was arrested on suspicion of domestic violence in December 2024 after an argument with Lewber. And in a new interview with People, Lewber, 29, shared how she is moving forward from the situation. According to Lewber, while they never became physical, they had been arguing that evening about Kennedy's alcohol consumption, which had been an ongoing issue in their relationship. I don't know who called the cops, but the cops showed up. They assessed the situation, and I was not hurt physically. Emotionally, yes. But yeah, that's kind of how that night played out, unfortunately, she said. According to the arrest log documenting the incident, an officer reported a statement from a woman inside the residence alleging that her boyfriend lifted her up and threw her to the ground. The report did not explicitly identify this woman as Lewber. Ultimately, prosecutors declined to press charges against Kennedy, and Lewber maintains that the altercation was only verbal. It was such a high and a low week, she said, adding, "We had just recorded my first episode of new podcast, Starstruck. James was going to be my first guest. Great energy, we had so much fun. And then the next night was the Kathy Hilton night. Earlier that evening, just hours before Kennedy's arrest, he and Lewber had been at Hilton's annual Christmas party, where Lewber, who is an astrologer, was giving a birth chart reading to Hilton. Ally said Kennedy was drinking behind my back while I was working. She said after she finished work and met him, James's whole demeanor changed. And I could kind of tell, like, have you been drinking? She added, though she was suspicious. Lewber says that she did not believe Kennedy had broken his sobriety, since he has been in recovery from alcohol addiction for a year at the time. I truly was like, well, he's sober, so maybe I don't know. Did he drink coffee? She questioned. I was like, why is he so electric right now? She said once they got in the car, things kind of spiraled. I was like, you're obviously drunk, because he has a sip and it's pretty easy to spot. His whole demeanor changes. She explained that drinking was a non-negotiable for her in the relationship and that the tension was high between them. The pair were joined by Ally's friend Jack in the car, with Ally stating they were all fighting and that Kennedy was gaslighting her. He's like, I'm not drunk. You're drunk. And I'm like, no. We were just fighting. And then when we got out of the Uber, the fighting just continued. I was like, I don't want to be here. We were just fighting outside. Because at this point, he's still telling me I'm not drunk. So when they actually showed up, I was like, oh, perfect. Will you please breathalyze him? So that was my first thought. And they were like, well, we can't do that. We're not allowed to do that. But then they were like, he's drunk. And I was like, okay, thanks.